Well, good afternoon, awesome people. Like I said, I'd like to say welcome to Long Beach, but I don't want to get used to it because I'm only here for a few days. Then I'll be going back to, excuse me, my first love, Kisumu Karate. Well, in the next 10 minutes, I want to talk with you about some of the things they don't tell you when you first move to diaspora regarding food. The food that we eat here in the US, my friends, ends up destroying our bodies in ways that are unbelievable. And the solutions that Americans have for it is pills. So it's pills, 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 pills. I know people in my life today who take more than 30 pills a day just to deal with everything connected with food. And so we are going to talk about that, and I'm going to show you one of my favorite meals that I make in a week. And again, I'm not an expert on nutrition. One of my clients actually is a nutritionist, and I rely on people like that to advise. So this is not any medical advice or nutrition advice. I'm just showing you what I do. So when it comes to food, for me, my goal is I want to eat things that don't give me trouble, whatever that may be, because I already know things that when I eat, I'm in trouble. Like if I eat things that have sugar in them, immediately my bone will start sweating right away. My main problem has been I'm at a very high risk of developing diabetes. And so even though I'm physically active here and there, I know I have to eat certain things and avoid some things. So this afternoon I'm going to make this olayo, which I'm going to show you, and then I'm going to make some broccoli, and then I'll make cauliflower soup. Those are things I know for sure don't give me trouble. So I eat more of that and less of things that give me trouble. So as I do that, as you watch me fix all of that, I'm going to talk with you about how what we eat here really gives us trouble, and then the solutions that Americans have for it makes things even 10 times worse. So welcome to Wonodidi, friends. So anyway, friends, I was just interrupted by my supervisors who are right here. They are still eating lunch. Guys, can you say hi?
Hi.
Say hi to the channel. Say welcome to Wonodidi.
Welcome to Wonodidi.
We want you to subscribe.
You do a rest.
Okay, no, I can see. I didn't see you. Can you come to the? I didn't see you. Say, please subscribe to our channel.
Please subscribe to our channel.
Because it's required.
Because it's required.
This is Wonodidi
This is Wonodidi
asking you to help us.
asking you to help us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, friends. So I'm still here with my supervisors, but I need to cook for the week. I don't cook every day. It's one of those things that I have to live with when I'm in diaspora. So we'll talk about that. Make sure you subscribe. And if you need help with returning to Africa, you need help with construction, interior design, you need help with landscaping and all that, we've got folks who are more skilled than I am. My job is to connect you with them and to help you supervise your project in Kenya. So come with me. Let's see what I'm going to make, and let's talk about what happens when it comes to food in America. Yeah, so as I mentioned, on the menu today is just cauliflower, broccoli. I'm going to use an assortment of spices, and you can do whatever spices you want. You can do any spices you want. These are just my choices, but you can do whatever works for you. And then I already have, this is olayo that has already been chilled correctly. Now, I think it's called mung beans in English. So usually I'll eat like olayo with the boiled cauliflower or boiled broccoli. So I just keep it simple, nothing complicated, but my goal is to eat things that don't give me trouble. So this week it'll just be vegetable soup and olayo over there. Anyway, friends, as you all know, I don't typically do like cooking videos, and I'm not going to do one. I just want to give you a glimpse of what my reality living in Long Beach is. You've seen me cook in Karateng. I also cook in Long Beach. We go back and forth between Minodidi and I. And so I'm going to speed it up a little bit so that we focus more on the discussion as opposed to the recipe, the ingredients and all that. But if you find the recipe interesting, post in the comment section. I'll probably describe it down there. But try to watch as much as you can for those of you who care more about the cooking part. So as I mentioned, folks, before I get to the details of our topic today, make sure you subscribe. If you have not subscribed and you enjoy our content, check. A lot of you guys just don't check. Check and add your name to it. And if you need assistance with transitioning to Africa, especially transitioning to Kenya, particularly around issues of construction, landscapers, interior design, builders. You need any of that stuff, my number is down below the screen. Reach out. Our folks work whether I'm home or not. I'm in Long Beach right now, but I've got fundis working everywhere, from Northeastern to Nyanza to Western to Rift Valley to Nairobi. We got fundis working everywhere. So if you need help, my number is here. Reach out. Anyway, friends, so I won't get into the details of the recipe as I said. Let's focus more on the things I wish I knew regarding food. There's so many things that I wish I knew outside the food arena. But this video, I'm specifically going to focus on what we eat in America and how that really makes life difficult for us in the long run. I remember when I first moved to the US, I landed in my brother's home in Dallas, in Arlington, Texas. And as soon as I walked into his house, when I went to the fridge, I was just shocked looking at the amount of food in the fridge. It was like 4 pieces of chicken, a lot of soda. The fridge was just fully packed with all kinds of things. And for me, coming from the village where we didn't even have a fridge in the first place, I was just shocked at how much food you can have in one go. And in my mind, I'm thinking, this is going to be fantastic. We are going to eat so much food. It's going to be fun. Until they made the chicken. For some reason, meat, when I first moved to the US, almost tasted like somebody chewing mattress. It took me a while to really acquire the taste of American food. It was tough. And so I wish at that time somebody told me that, hey, by the way, you really want to be thoughtful about what you eat in the US, because the truth is, the majority of people I know in my life who have health issues that are almost exclusively linked to what we eat. Myself included. Like I said, I've had issues with being pre-diabetic and all that, and a good bit, this is diabetes type 2, which is mostly linked to what we eat. I know there's a genetic component of it, but majority of the health issues we deal with as immigrants or as black people have a lot to do with what we eat. So nobody told me that. And so after quickly acquiring the taste of American food, I just went all out. Until next thing I know, my head started cutting nyoyo at the back, which I don't know how to translate that, but basically I started having extra layers everywhere, here and there, realizing that I would get winded very fast. And so the health issues began setting in real quickly. So by the time I started doing something about it, it was nearly 10 years later. And the truth is, as you grow older, your capacity to take abuse, your body's capacity to accept abuse becomes really limited. There are so many things I could get away with 10 years ago that today I can't. For me, even just smelling the smell of anything with sugar like donut just raises my blood sugar. And so after a while, I figured out that the one thing I have within my control is the food that I eat. And I'm not saying you should eat like me. We all have different issues to worry about. Like I say, if you compare me and Minodede, her A1C is so low, and she will eat anything sweet with no issues. I can't. And so what I've found that works for me is eat less of things that give me trouble, things that raise my blood sugar, and more of things that don't. So things like vegetable soup never gives me trouble. In fact, I also noticed that at home, I don't remember anybody talking about lactose intolerant. There was not. We were drinking milk and all that stuff, but there was no such thing as being lactose intolerant. Maybe we were just unaware. But I know the milk in America, first of all, tastes very different. And whenever I take it, after that, I just realize that I'm changing the composition of the air around me unintentionally. Something that never happens when I take milk at home. And so with the diet part, it just became clear that my body, having been raised in the village, is not used to the kinds of things we are exposed here. Because American food, for example, usually either has a lot of sugar in it, a lot of sodium in it, way more than we are used to. And then when it comes to even simple things like coffee, By the way, just so you know, the average Kenyan does not drink coffee as much as I see Americans do. And so when I moved here, the coffee here or the tea here felt so concentrated, much more so than what we take at home. In fact, the Kenyans that drink coffee this much here are folks who end up in places where coffee is a normalized culture. And I'm not saying coffee is bad. All I'm saying is that whatever else you add to your coffee and all that may end up affecting you one way or the other. In fact, my friends who drink coffee, almost, I would say 80% of them are in healthcare. And then if you work in a place which is typical for many American workplaces, they always bring food. And the typical food they bring is junk food. So whatever you eat at work could easily end up changing your diet. And this is why I actually feel bad for many of my friends who do trucking. Because with trucks, by the way, the secret here with this cauliflower soup is to blend it properly so that it's really fine. So I give it extra time while blending it. This thing comes out so smooth, so creamy, and it is the tastiest soup you've ever had. I love this. Is my number one soup, cauliflower soup. And nothing complicated. You just fry onions and I would say tomatoes and all that, and then just blend boiled cauliflower. And then mix it up, let it simmer for like 5 minutes. This thing is the best. So anyway, like I said, some of the culinary choices we are going to make or the choices we find in America end up really harming us. Before I came to America, I had never imagined that you could have sugar on meat. And I'm talking about barbecue sauce and things like that. I had never imagined that you could have something tasting sweet on meat. And then when you look at the portion sizes, a normal American plate, in my view, could serve probably 3 people in the village. So just the sheer amount of food that we eat is a lot. And it ends up catching up with you. The other thing that I noticed too is that when I'm home, I don't eat as much because I'm always outside. I'm always moving around, doing something, talking to people and all that. So opportunities to eat are probably slightly less than what happens in America. Like when I'm here in the US, I work from home. So you can imagine you're sitting in your office working from home, you have the fridge there, you're indoors 5 days a week. It's very easy to just keep walking around, just dealing things back and forth. And so the sheer volume of stuff you're going to eat throughout the day is way more in America than we do back at home. In fact, the only reason sometimes we might eat more at home is when we end up visiting folks. Yes, when you visit people, you're going to eat a lot more. But for an average person living a normal life in the village, opportunities to eat are far fewer in the village than we have in America. And even when we do, you've seen me in Karating. I walk around. I am eating my pear straight from the vines. I eat my pawpaws right from the vines, and that's the kind of snacking I do, as opposed to the processed snacks we keep at home. And by the way, folks, when you mix this thing up like this, I'm telling you, this soup, you should try it. This thing is just incredible. It is just incredible. I wish I could explain to you how it smells and how it tastes, but this thing is incredible, my friends. Well, that's all I had for you for today. I'll see you in the next video. But I gotta say one more thing. Super.